try to end the game.
Okay, this was their undoing game one. Gauntlet goes down, does stun a Rocky early, but that's not going to do much for the rest of this team fight. Flash on the front lines. Game Fizzle, the first to fall right here. Rocky Zoro trying to do some work, but he is going to go down, and Cooldown can do nothing. That's an ace, and Ordinal Alliance will take the Kraken.
In Vainglory, there are many factors that influence how strong a champion is, including abilities, base stats, and items alike. This video will show the cost of each stat and how I calculated its value. Let's get started. The first set of stats is easy, as they are based on tier 1 items that only have one base stat. For example, Weapon Power's base item is the Weapon Blade, which is 300 gold for 15 weapon power, making weapon power worth 20 gold per point. Similarly, Swift Shooter costs 300 gold and grants 20% attack speed, so attack speed is worth 15 gold per percent. Crystal Power from the Crystal Bit is 300 gold for 20 crystal power, making it 15 gold per crystal power. Max Health from the Oak Heart costs 300 gold and grants 200 health, making it 1.5 gold per max health. The Iron Guard contract passive is worth 300 gold, Scout Traps and Minion Candy are worth 50 gold, and Flares are worth 25. No calculations are needed there. Shield and Armor are slightly more complex. These stats are both obtained from Light Shield and Light Armor. Light Shield grants 40 shield and 10 armor, and inversely, Light Armor grants 40 armor and 10 shield. Both cost 250 gold. We can solve this system of equations fairly easily by elimination. Shield and Armor are both worth 5 gold per point. For the rest of the stats, certain assumptions have to be made. For crit chance and crit damage, both from Minion's Foot, I assume that half the cost is for crit chance and the other half is for crit damage. Minion's Foot is 300 gold for 10% crit chance and 10% crit damage, along with a bizarre passive that I chose to ignore. This brings the value of both crit chance and crit damage to 15 gold per percent. Similarly, Halcyon Potions offer a total of 280 health recovery and 105 energy recovery for 25 gold. Again, I assume that half of the cost goes towards health and the other half towards energy, bringing the value of health recovery to 0.04 gold per point and energy recovery to 0.12 per point. Max energy, energy recharge, and cooldown speed are all tied to energy battery and hourglass. This will get slightly more complex, so try to bear with me. I assume that half the cost funds the energy recharge in both items. This gives 2.5 recharge for 150 gold and 1.5 recharge for 125 gold, giving 60 gold per point on energy battery and 83.3 gold per point on hourglass. Doing a number crunch real quick, this gives a good estimated value of 71.66, repeating of course. Using this number, we can now solve for max energy and cooldown speed. Energy battery gives 150 max energy and 2.5 energy recharge for 300 gold, making max energy worth 0.81 gold per point. Hourglass gives 15% cooldown speed and 1.5 energy recharge for 250 gold, making cooldown speed worth 9.5 gold per percent. For Movespeed, I elected to neglect the Sprint active ability for a variety of reasons. Leave your hate mail down below. Sprint boots cost 300 gold and offer 0.4 Movespeed, putting Movespeed's value at 750 gold per point. The rest of the stats are calculated by plugging in known values. Weapon Lifesteal is calculated from Barb's Needle, which grants 12 weapon power and 10% weapon lifesteal for 800 gold, making weapon lifesteal worth 56 gold per percent. Side note, the life recovery passive is ignored for the sake of calculations, but is worth 1.6 gold per minion kill, or 3.4 gold per minion kill if using a melee basic attack. Armor Pierce is from Piercing Spear, which grants 8% armor pierce and 15 weapon power for 900 gold. Shield Pierce is from Piercing Shard, which grants 8% shield pierce and 20 crystal power for 900 gold as well. Armor Pierce and Shield Pierce are both worth 75 gold per percent. And finally, Health Regen is calculated from Travel Boots, which grants 0.45 move speed, 200 max health, and 3 health regen for 1000 gold, ignoring the sprint, active, and out-of-combat movement speed. This makes Health Regen's value 120.83 gold per point. Just a few side notes before I close out. The first is that I intentionally left out Crystal Lifesteal, as it is only present in Eve of Harvest currently and will be addressed in a later video. The second side note is that I am quite certain that my calculations and assumptions will come under heavy scrutiny. Feel free to correct my math or question my methods, but let's keep it civilized. Final note is that I will be linking my Google spreadsheet in the description if you want to take a look. If you think I made a mistake, have a suggestion, or just want to say hi, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Enjoy.
But there's the damage onto the Vape Crystal, and this is going to be Ardent Alliance in the finals, up against Invincible Armada as they slay last season's champions, Gangstars.